Hello everybody, here's Jörg again, and today I want to show you some matches from Saturday's Legacy Challenge with my green-white based Artisan and Reclaimer elves list. I basically adapted Newton's newest version of the deck and replaced some cards out of the sideboard, the black cards, and added some white cards. Also, I came back to Archon of Valor's Reach because I think that the card can be very good in some matchups. Not that good as a year or two ago, but as we are playing white also, it's relatively good to have a second natural order target in the deck. And also, it's it's castable, um, especially with the mana elves. And uh, yeah, there are some matchups where it's good, but it's replaced often with the progenitors out of the sideboard in some matchups where they have Swords to Plowshares, for example. So this list has Aven Mind Sensor instead of Opposition Agent, as we are more based on white cards with 2 Savannah in the deck. I decided to make that change. So the ability about searching the library is much weaker than the opposition agent, but in opposite to the opposition agent, it also has flying, and this is very relevant against green-white depths. So you can deny them from searching their deck, and if something goes wrong and they are getting to the Merit Lage, you have at least usually one turn, where you can block the Merit Lage. Because they are not able to search or reliably search for their Sajiri step out of the deck, so yeah, very good effect and very good advantage, and sometimes you can even jump like a Murktide Regent or so, or attack just in the air, because Opposition Agent doesn't pass very much creatures, because it doesn't have evasion, but this one has, so there are some games and situations where we see that. So the rest of the deck is basically stock, so I just play 3 mana elves because I don't want it to add a fourth one of a specific of these cards. And also playing 22 lands and added the Bayou, the single Bayou to the deck to just be reliably able to cast Grist from the Hunger's Tide. It's a very good bomb for the control matchups, and so also sometimes against Delver, and it's very good to have access to the black mana source if we need to. So let's go to the sideboard, and here is the main reason why we play white. So Swords to Plowshares, 3 Swords to Plowshares. So Swords is basically the best removal spell in the format, especially handling creatures like Murktide Regent or opponent's black creatures like Opposition Agent, Black Engineer, sometimes Death Shadow, DRC. You just handle every creature just for 1 white mana, and also kills Merit Lage. So it has a drawback, you give them life, but it doesn't really matter that much, and just be able to exile every creature is very good. Then the other reason why I chose to play white is Borenton Forge Tender. So this card is from Lovin. Just was one of the first blocks when I came back to Magic again after a break of a couple of years. And this one is basically the protection against every red deck, especially Fury, and a bit of Minsk and Boo, but that's not really relevant for us. But just be protected against Fury is very good to have, and also covers other sweepers like End the Festivities and Rough Tumble out of Delver. And it's also very good against Painter because you are able to just protect the Collector Oof from lightning bolts, or the whole team from Furies. It's basically a dedication to the strength of the Moon deck, and also is very strong and solid against Delver to just protect your important creatures. Sometimes you have only the 3/3 Artisan, and if you just can protect it from for one turn, then you can immediately take advantage out of the card, and then they can't beat it anymore. And the other white cards in the deck are Deafening Silence, because it's very solid against all the spell-based decks, and with a lack of black cards, or with a lack of amount of black mana sources, it's better to have good cards, also very strong against Oops All spells. So against Oops All spells, this card doesn't really do that much because they bring in the Leyline of Sanctity, and we add 2 Mindbreak Traps to the 2 Deafening Silence to just split the hate we are playing, and it's very good because it also works on the draw, and we can even draw into it and be protected against the spell-based combo decks. So yeah, that's all I wanted to introduce for this deck. And the last slot maybe is a bit discussable, is the Masked Vandal. Masked Vandal is very useful to get as a tutor target out of the Fiend Artisan. Usually I prefer to play Force of Vigor, but I don't have that much slots available because of the 2 Brandon Forge Tenders now. And then it's very clear that the one tutor target and a searchable creature which can handle with enchantments and artifacts. So let's go to match 1.